Good afternoon. Welcome to Hip Hop Culture. See how that comes out. Is that them? I might log in and log right back out. Nah. I'm waiting for the preteen adolescent and his grandfather to come. Today is May 12th. Happy Mother's Day. Sunday, May 12th, 2024. Y'all know I usually don't do these things without the preteen adolescent. Soon to be teenager. 1 month to go, right? May, June, right? Yeah. I just hopped on just to say hello. Start of a new week. I know I forgot to do the superhero of the week, so I'll do that today, and then do another one this week. That way I catch back up. The idea behind it is just to throw superheroes out there, and not necessarily to rank them, which we seem to have a problem with when dealing with an ideology of the GOAT. Who is the GOAT? Who is the greatest of all time, right? Christianity is based upon Jesus being the last prophet. Islam has Muhammad, and Buddhists have Buddha. So we're trying to figure it out, and we're dealing with still dealing with monotheism versus polytheism, and religion versus culture. And it's all meant to be ignorance, but we gonna figure it out. We definitely gonna figure it out. Where I am is I'm with hip hop being an American culture created by the children of the 1960 civil rights movement. Said this, period. Say that periodically. Every time. That way, you understand when I put the statement of God being the only thing really bigger than hip hop. God is bigger than hip hop, and now we have to help with the definition of one God, our Father, the art of time, heaven, your order. What is this physical realm that is a combination of spiritual and mental thought? Or is it consciousness? Wherein is the creator and the observer, So it's he's talking weird again instead of understanding how the words work together. It's not necessarily English. I like to call it American. That's what I teach the preteen adolescent, that it's American. It's English, and if you want to use the plus symbol, I guess, and language arts. So yes, people came here, immigrants came to this country and added their country from their homeland to the lexicon, and became a part of hip hop culture, especially in New York, Philadelphia, Jersey, in the tri-state, and then it blew all the way over to the West Coast, went down through Chicago and down south, and we seen the movement of this culture. We like to spell it with a K to be different, to understand there's a difference between culture and religion when dealing with ideologies that people are fighting over. Like all this warfare is over land, language, and law. Ironically, culture is a byproduct of land, language, and law, right? So we're experiencing cultural wars all over the globe, and they want y'all to believe it's transgenderism wars. So that's what they blame it on. Ironically, right? But that's not what we're here to do today, because it's Mother's Day, celebrating all mothers out there, all women actually, because it is something about the nature of a woman that makes it makes the thought of a God as being real. I'm streaming this live to Facebook right now, and then I'm going to upload it to YouTube as its own little video. I'm not really. I don't like to call these shows anyway. I call them programs, and that's wherein the woke, quote unquote woke, want to say that I'm the one that's trying to program people. I'm just trying to help y'all see the program, whether it's using beginners all-purpose symbolic instruction code, which was one of the first programming languages that I learned. I was self-taught pretty much, versus the binary codes of ones and zeros, on, off, just given a choice of male, female, et cetera, et cetera. What are we really saying when we're giving just a choice of yes or no? And what is actually coming out of our mouths if we go beyond the answer of yes or no to when dealing with the Lord? All right, that's the enemy talking, right? But I think that might have been Matthew 5, Matthew 6. I've been studying recently. Matthew 7, 6:9 is the Lord's Prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, right? So this is the physical realm where we exist again, and therein is the conflict that people want to make when dealing with trying to understand the universe. Now, I shared a video of a guy talking about the objective function. I'll share that again, which I'm really not ready for that kind of I thought of the objective function being able to calculate and understand God. And that I just find it funny, like using quote unquote knobs to adjust the frequencies and zooming in on whatever this algorithm of a programming language to adjust it to get to that frequency, the God frequency, in which it really starts speaking on its own, the consciousness, the frequency of consciousness, And I know it sounds weird and all that other stuff, but these are conversations that they're having, And then when I say them, yes, I'm talking mainly about the white or oligarchies, the white supremacists, the white gods, the ones that are on top and dictating what is feasible and what is not unfeasible. I'm looking more like as a proposal. When we're dealing with basic forms of writing, you have your feasibility, then you have the proposal, and then you just actually implement it. You get the business and job done. And therein we're arguing over the proposal. Like you can have your own proposal and say, all right, cool. Now I want to implement it. Now I need the cash in order to implement it. But we have shout out to my cousin Randy. They all texting. That's why you're hearing the bing. They texting Happy Mother's Day on my family chat line. Because we don't utilize Facebook anymore for these kind of events like Mother's Day. So that's why I find myself here just rapping to the people and breaking it down and going there with it, as opposed to just family rapping with each other, and because now family matters are so personal that we don't want that kind of information out there that, hey, Black families are still having cookouts and enjoying life, whether it's the 4th of July or Mother's Day, and coming together. It's called a family reunion for a reason. It's a union. The family is supposed to be a union. And there is, with all unions, there is a president. There is someone in charge of the union. But we're living in a society of socialism that is using antitrust laws to attack the leader of the family, and thusly destroying the family. And It's got to stop because we're witnessing the destruction of the black family. Um, yes, there is racial marriages, and we have no beef with that. Um, we used to joke about it. Even the song by Public Enemy and what's the name of that album? Fear of a Black Nation. They had a song called Polly Want a Cracker, and it was a joke. Like Chuck D he's a comedian, and it's true. Like he's serious, but he tries to be facetious, and in that song, it's hey, we can't judge black men or black women that decide to have a family outside of black, each other, right? And that was the main moral of the story. It was kind of poking fun at them, like yeah, I found something greater than each other, which is the joke, But at the same time, we're not hating interracial relationships or marriages. More so, we're saying marriages, because that's the key. And for the children, is how can they truly celebrate and honor the mother and father if the mother and father are enemies? And yes, there is a certain measurement when dealing with, especially when we go way back in time to the very beginning in Genesis, when God created Adam and then created Eve. Yes, that made Adam the Lord, made Eve the lady, and Adam's the leader. So, well, God was the leader, but it made Adam over Eve as far as the leadership. And then when they had the two sons, yes, Cain was supposed to have been the leader. But in that one instance, the Lord, which was Adam, said that Cain, Abel did a better job. So jealousy, envy was the first sin or false pride, I like to say, that took over and killed his brother, whether it was accidentally or actually vicious and intentionally. We don't know. We're not here to judge that. It happened too long ago for us to really judge it. But the moral of the story is that can't kill. You're not allowed to kill. Even thyself. And hence the development of the Ten Commandments. Right? And these are things that supersede this governmental constitution that they say, which is the law of the land, right? I said, like I tell you, culture is land, language, and law. It's just ironic that is also the cause of the warfare. So, and that's what we're fighting over: land, language, and law, culture. And hip hop culture has been around even longer than 1960, 50, 40, as you go further and further back in time. It's a black culture because, yes, in the 70s, we were still jamming to James Brown in the basement. That was the music, dancing with each other, trying to mate up, quote unquote, right? That's the culture, right? And God is the leader of all that. God is the source of our truth, love, and courage. So, but these are things we're still working on, and I just jumped on to just, I guess recap real quick, and that's how I'm gonna use this video in particular. How much time did I give you? I already gave y'all 15 minutes, which is more than enough. The topic was Kendrick versus Drake, Drake versus Kendrick, because that's what they want to sell us as being hip hop. It is, but it isn't. It's not about black men fighting each other to the death, right? That's not what Muhammad Ali and I'm mad that I keep getting brain freeze right there. Joe Frazier, right? And I choose Joe Frazier over the other boxers. Even fighting or chasing Ali is is a classic video that I suggest everybody should see, of people that fought Ali and how they was really trying to win. But given, hey, he had that reach, he had that power, he had that speed, you know. I was able to get him in the ribs, but you know, you know what I'm saying? That jab was just too much for me, or whatever it was. I think even Frazier's in that movie. He has to be, because that trilogy there was the one that really solidified greatness, you know. And yes, it was an Islamic Christian battle. And that's kind of why I combine the two as Islamic, you know, not Christianity. Islamic Christianity is actually if I was to call hip hop a religion, that's the best way to describe it as. But it is a cultural religion. It is a combination of culture and religion. And therein is where people want to argue like there's no link together, like love and hate, right? Love and hate is a contradiction. Love and truth is it's not a contradiction. Love and courage is not a contradiction. You're dealing with two truths. It's just which one do you want, right? You know, you can take both of them, then yes. Then the operator, quote unquote. I'm trying to, you know, I have a book that I'm using better terms in the logic, but for a better search for a better word, let's say operation, call it and. The other operator would be or, right? When you use or, you're given a choice: love or hate. Why would you choose hate? God gave you a choice: love or hate. And people think that he said and, like, nah, he gave you a choice. And now we just sitting there arguing over whether or not God said love or hate, or love and hate. Right? Therein is where we're misunderstanding. I think it's Matthew 5, of yes or no. Right? Anything else beyond that, you're lying to yourself. It's actually the demons or the devils talking to you, because you're arguing with God. So y'all keep arguing with God. I ain't got time for it. I'm enjoying life. Yeah, that's emo rapping on the thing. But yeah, I ain't really know what to really expect or lay down on this video. The other battle was see, I don't even know the guy's name, versus Coulter. I'll share that a little later. It's a waste of my time arguing about it. But Sergeant Willie P put out the excellent video, and in how Black people understand it, should understand it. We don't understand it that way. Instead, we want to throw stones at Coulter for being honest, right? And we don't want to see, you know, I really do got to look up his name and stop being disrespectful to him. But y'all know who I'm talking about, the Indian guy, right? And that's kind of the measurement of what I'm experiencing, because yes, I go out of my way to help Muhammad. I'm trying to teach him what it is to be American, how to work hard, and all his goal is to what? Take my job. But he's not trying to just take my job. He's trying to, yes, learn my culture, hip hop. We've had discussions about it. Like, hey, I want you to teach my son hip hop. And it's like, cool, I ain't got a problem with it. All right. Like, subscribe, share. This is my YouTube page. Have them check me out. But then that's where, if you want to call it a psychological ideology like racism in the form called white supremacy, you can go right ahead. But that's when it reeks its ugly head of, I'm not going to help you. I'm either going to be the white racist that I am, or I'm going to be an anti-Black racist. Either way, I'm going to break up you two brown-skinned people from practicing patriarchal ideologies or methods, right? I'm going to break that up. So they had to fire me, and they gave him the store. Of course, he couldn't handle it because now he's trying to communicate with black women, and they were coming to the store to destroy me, right? Well, or to destroy me or to encourage the wife to leave, right? To destroy you, to have your wife leave so that they can hop in on the thing. And that sounds like far-fetched or far from being, but it is about trying to be number one. In the end, it's still about trying to be number one. And that's what the wife is supposed to be, right? That's what the mother is supposed to be, right? But we have to share, share Mother's Day with those that don't have children. All women except for the transgender. You're not a woman. No, today is not your day, right? That's like saying, men, it's your day. It's not our day. Right? So I'm praying for you. I am celebrating with you because I didn't go full video on y'all. I'm about to go full video on y'all for a little bit. Only because that's what this is really supposed to be. My page is supposed to be about a page of my page is supposed to be gaming, because that's what I do. I like to play games, video games, board games. This is Commodore 64 right here. I forgot that they did this little throwback for it. I can't wait to demo some Commodore 64 games for y'all. Because it is giving tribute to gaming, which came from the 60s, 70s. Is hip hop did the same thing. It's just facts, right? When was the very, very first video game created? Probably in the 60s, late 60s, right? 70s. Hip hop began in 60s, right? Cornbread was doing graffiti in Philadelphia back in the 60s, right? And we was, breakdancing. You can see the old dances, it's the same culture, We like to give credit to James Brown, right? So, this is Grand Theft Auto, and I'll come back with a little bit more of it later on. Just to show how it's going down, you know what I mean? Because I've been sharing the Grand Theft Auto. I'm playing it like a pacifist. So I'll demo it some more and elaborate more on what I was trying to convey to y'all about this constant warfare of us boxing each other, wanting to fight each other. And it is good sportsmanship, but certain fighters can only fight certain fighters because certain boxers beat certain boxers, right? It wasn't meant for Mike Tyson to fight Ali. Mike Tyson told you the truth. I can't beat him, right? He could beat Evander Holyfield. Evander Holyfield might have beaten Ali, right? Ken Norton beat him, right? When it's little separations, right? You're dealing with, okay, I already started from, all right, I need to start all over again. Well, not necessarily, because I'm not really trying to tell the story. And this looked pretty good. And this is coming off my phone. So, yeah, I got Vice City on my phone. It's not glitchy at all either. They're really working on it. And I'm broadcasting it to Apple TV. That's all I really wanted for this video. Just to demo a little bit, show where I'm going with my channel. Like I said, I'm live streaming to Facebook to say hello. And then I'm going to share this to YouTube as a regular old video. I might describe it as clickbait to try to get a couple extra views, and because I'm trying to spread it out on what I'm trying to do with this page. And, you know, with that page, YouTube. And then I got to do some more things on TikTok. I might start cutting some of these things up to put on TikTok, just to try to go TikTok in a different direction. Because me just doing straight mini video, virtual videos, it works in TikTok. But as soon as my subject topic is something that goes against the narrative of, pimping or simping, right? Either you when we find ourselves in the middle of this psychology that's called racism in a form called white supremacy, yes, you do have to either they'll anoint you to be a pimp, or you have to be a simp for it. And therein is where I don't think Kenny is doing both. Like some people are thinking that Kenny is simping for the Democrats. I'm like, nah, he's not. It is honestly, it is the LGBTQIA is not the threat to him. It's the threat is the guy that's pimping, which is acting like a pimp, which is Kendrick. Oh, see, I tried to do some tricks for y'all. Him trying to be a pimp, but he's actually the one being pimped. That was his return to Drake, and now we think, ooh, okay, it's a little floaty, but it might have always been like that. Trying to go back to my PlayStation 2 days. I think I do. I have a PlayStation 2. How can I hook it up to? I don't know if I can hook it up to. Oh, geez. I'm trying to double ramp it. Oh, well. But that's all I really wanted. Damn, I almost gave y'all 30 minutes. Yeah, I gave y'all 30 minutes. That was good. And I'm just trying to help with the understanding. Check out that Willie Sergeant Willie P thing, his page. I'm not going to share it directly today. I did actually on my Facebook page. That's why I jumped on to just explain the post. I think it might be right underneath this one. That's the manosphere. That's what they're attacking. That's why he can't grow really more so than he even explains it at the end. I can't. I don't want to grow beyond this, because if he does, then he has to be a simp for white supremacy, and that's what a lot of dudes do. We refer to them as educated Negroes. That's what Carter G. Woodson was trying to explain to him, because people start seeing him as an educated Negro, when actually he's like, no, I'm still in the culture. I can still, he has relationships with his younger generation. Like I have strong relationships with my younger generation. They just know that they can't bring that Migos to me. They can bring some Lupe Fiasco to me, or even Kendrick. They can bring Kendrick to me, but they know not to bring that Drake to me, because I'm not into him acting like he's a pimp, but he's actually a simp for white supremacy. He's the contradiction. Kendrick, it appears he's the contradiction because sticks and stones may break my bones, right? So he's going to talk about breaking his kneecaps. But Kendrick knows the word of God too, that he can't, you slap me. I'm supposed to turn the other cheek. I'm not supposed to attack you back. I kept saying, leave me alone, but this is what it came to, right? Now, everything that you say, it seemed like it's an attack at me. You better apologize. But now, how do you truly apologize? Yes, I forgive you, but now I can't trust you, because now everything you want to say, as far as you the goat, you the pimp, right? And you the one simping for racism in a form called white supremacy, right? So that's why my page can't grow more than me and my son playing video games together. It won't happen today, but he'll be by tomorrow. And so tomorrow afternoon after school or something, we might do the 6:30, 7 o'clock thing tomorrow. It's a good chance, 90 to 100% chance of that happening. Of course, I can have them box a little bit, but I think I'm going to do the chess thing because we got to start getting serious about board games more so than video games and physical. We have to start throwing this ball around, getting back into baseball shape because baseball season is in full swing for the Phillies. I'm hearing there. I got to check their records, see how they doing. My dad was kind of boasting and bragging about them, so I got to see how they doing and maybe check out a game or two. Figuring out a way to get down there. But that's all I really wanted right now. Y'all have a wonderful Mother's Day. This is Volothant Modulus Tautology coming to you from the Underground Radio. This is one of our programs. I really don't give them titles. I give them titles, but I really don't plan on arguing either side of Democrats versus Republicans. It is one uni party. Is Trump a member of the uni party is the bigger question. How much of this lawsuits against him is real? It's all fake, right? It doesn't have one iota of logic to it. But those that want to argue that it's real is the ones that I'm looking at with the Rock eyebrow. To be honest, even though Rock's not black, he's but we love the Rock. You know what I'm saying? Ever since he went to high school with my man Miz, right? Oh, Troy went there too, right? Shout out to Troy. And then I got to give Troy more props because Troy, we're gonna get back to that risk thing. I did kind of mention it a couple of days ago. We're still in the Cold War state of it, and trying to figure out maybe we can do that later on. Actually, make a move and roll the dice and see how we do as far as playing risk. So that's another board game that I can share as a video game, and see the game theory behind it. As we start to analyze this information in mathematics, which is the alpha of science, technology, engineering, and mathematics is the omega of that kind of a search for the soul, truth, enlightenment, and morality of a higher infinite power healing our people, or entity of the most ethical morality that was ever given to us, God. So, but we'll talk more about one God, our Father, the art of time, heaven Yehovah, being bigger than hip hop, which is an intelligent movement. Soon. Y'all have a wonderful day. Bye.